Hey everybody, how are you? I was reading an article earlier. Okay, first things first. Husband came through the heart cath with flying colors. And the reason that was kind of a big deal is because it was kind of a big deal. He had 100% blockage on one of his major arteries in his heart. And this was actually his 11th stent. So, for some weird reason, I had a bad feeling about it. He didn't tell me this, but he also had a bad feeling about it. And I know his brother, and they're like this, had a bad feeling about it. But everything went well. So then, Finnegan, what are you doing? He's. Did you guys see my video on my kitty cat yesterday? She's so sweet. She loves getting her belly rubbed. So anyway, and then last night he went and had a sleep study because he has sleep apnea. I gotta get this cat. He's behind the TV. I don't want him to get electrocuted. Hang on a minute. Finnegan, what are you doing, boy? Get out of there. Come on. You don't need to be back there. Come on, get out. Silly cat. All right, where was I? Okay, so last night my husband had a sleep study, so he wasn't here and I was by myself, so I watched Bridgerton. Fell asleep. Okay, so what's going on in the world? I just finished reading an article. I don't remember who wrote it. Let's see. Greg Sargent, Washington Post. This article came out today, and it's about whether or not Merrick Garland or the Justice Department has a reason to go after Trump about the January 6th insurrection. So what they're looking at is when he sought to disrupt the count, was he doing so corruptly? Well, I mean, Finnegan, the guy eats, sleeps, and breathes corruption. So, yeah. But they're saying this is the central question. And also, did he attempt to obstruct an official proceeding? He admitted that he had calls from Jim Jordan, Kevin McCarthy, and several other Republican lawmakers while all of this was going on, and he says there was nothing wrong with those conversations. He said, there's nothing to hide. If there's nothing to hide, why aren't Jim Jordan, Kevin McCarthy, and all these others that have been subpoenaed going to talk to the January 6th Commission? That's what I want to know. He also blamed, Trump blamed Nancy Pelosi and the mayor of D.C. for not stopping the violence. Well, Nancy doesn't have anything to do with the Capitol Police. And the mayor's office called constantly, furiously, hysterically, trying to get him to stop, and they couldn't get through. So anyway, he says there's nothing wrong with the calls. There was also one call we all know about McCarthy screaming at him saying to call off the rioters, and Trump said, well, Kevin, I guess these people are more upset about the election than you are. Okay, so he also talked to Jordan, and Jordan helped plot this whole scheme. This was his idea. And his idea was that Mike Pence would delay the electoral count in Congress, allowing the states to send new sham electors for Trump's, flipping the results, only for the states that Trump had thought he was going to win and didn't. Arizona, Georgia, Pennsylvania, But we need to know what the other lawmakers did during this attack. Now, Trump also said that he wanted to go to the Capitol, but the Secret Service wouldn't let him go. I mean, the guy is so in this. He is just like in it. Okay, so a big question is whether Trump, this is a quote, so just know I'm quoting this article. A big question is whether Trump came to see raging violence as an instrumental weapon to help complete his procedural coup. It's going to be wild, remember him saying that. But did he delay the rioters to keep pressure on Pence so that Pence would execute this scheme of Jordan's, okay? Let's see. Another question is whether calling off the rioters constituted a violation of his official duty. And still another is whether Trump's demand of Pence constituted pressure on Pence to violate. I mean, did he pressure? We know he did. We know he pressured Pence to violate his official vice presidential duties. We need to know whether he kept pressuring lawmakers to delay conclusion of the electoral count and how he did that. We already know that he already called one GOP senator and urged him to do that. These are the things that we need to know so that they can shed light on Trump's state of mind, which is scary in there. It's scary in there. Did he intend to disrupt the electoral count through the weaponization of rioters? We need to know if he made statements pressuring members of Congress to delay certification while the violence was going on. Okay, there are people, McCarthy, Jordan, and others with direct knowledge of Trump's state of mind, and those people, like I said, are refusing cooperation. But as again, I said, he's talking about the 7-hour gap of, no phone calls. He had phone calls. He can't remember who talked to. But he said there's nothing to hide. Well, again, if there's nothing to hide, show us. Okay, so if the Justice Department investigates, that doesn't automatically mean charges. It's a probe, and whether or not it could be proved that he was acting corruptly is the question. And finally, he closes, says, Garland could be investigating already, or he might offer legitimate reasons for not investigating. But I'm still saying the dude isn't going to jail. We are not going to put an American president in prison. I think we should. We won't do that. I don't see that happening. Now, I can see people around him going to prison, but not him. But they're saying without an investigation, we'll never know what those calls were about. So that's what we need to know. We need to know what those calls were about, who he's talking to. And I also want to read on Jim Jordan. So, Rider Waite deck. Hope you guys are all doing okay. I got a late start today. I usually get a late start. I'm kind of slow moving in the morning, but it's already 12:30. I have to go to my booth and work over there, and I got to go do that again tomorrow too. But Saturday, my husband and I are going to take a little drive over to Louisville. It's so nice. When we were married the first time, he never spent any time with me. He worked, seriously, 7 days a week. I never saw him. And when he was done working on his regular job, he was out in the field helping his brother farm, or his dad. He would get home at 3 in the morning and get up and go to work at 7. I never saw him, especially in the farming months. Thank God that's over. God. He's home at 5 o'clock or earlier every night. It's really nice. And we never, ever, ever went anywhere when we were together, the first time. And it's not like we have a big social life or a big travel schedule this time either. But, COVID had a lot to do with that. But now I'm like, hey, you want to go to Louisville on Saturday? Let's go check out this antique store. And he goes, oh, okay. So cool, right? I mean, he never did that before. I'm trying to get him to retire because if he would retire, we could do this together. So anyway, let's read on Jim Jordan. I can't stand that guy. He's just nasty. He's just like so many of those people. He's a loud-mouthed troublemaker. He has no class. He is rude and obnoxious and he will go as far as it takes to get what he wants. Now, he is not a senator, is he? He's a congressman. Wouldn't it be great if he got voted out? What's going to happen with Jim Jordan? I'm pretty sure he's a congressman. Let me look real quick. Yeah, House. So the House, they get voted in or out every 2 years. So he's up for election. Jim Jordan. And a senator or a House member can't claim executive privilege. I mean, they work for us. Can you tell us about Jim Jordan? Is Jim Jordan going to talk to the investigation committee? Is Jim Jordan going to be reelected? Tell us about Jim Jordan. What's going on with Jim Jordan? Let's look. Oh, look at the bottom. Fighting. Well, I don't want it to be crooked. Stop being crooked. The King of Pentacles. Oh. Wow. Okay. Well, the King of Pentacles crossed by the Victory card, the Six of Wands. So that's Trump, because it's the rich guy, And Jordan's thinking this is a victory, that he's victorious. The Knight of Swords, he's Trump's Knight of Swords. That's what it amounts to. I mean, he's this, I don't know, this stands for skill and bravery and war and destruction. It stands for somebody rushing in headlong, to protect you. This is what Jordan does. He's Trump's heavy. And they were back in the rearview mirror. The party's over. 3 of Cups reversed. Too much partying. I wonder if he's in on the orgies. Gossip, partying, excess. And Chariot's above him. That's travel and luxury. He's probably hanging out at Mar-a-Lago. Chariot. This is a change, action and change. And this is, Trump's giving him something, or Trump's promising him something. Money, position, endorsement. The Knight of Cups is his internal subconscious mind, and it's reversed. So he's a jerk. He's got unrealistic expectations, and he's moody, and he's a jerk. A lot of fraud and trickery here. The Tower is reversed. It's still catastrophic. This is his ego, okay? It's still catastrophic, but when it's upside down, this is catastrophic. When it's upside down, it's still catastrophic. It's a prison, oppression. It's the same as this, but in a lesser degree. And the Eight of Cups is his hopes and fears, and the Eight of Cups is reversed. This is walking away. When the Eight of Cups is reversed, it's learning from the past and returning home. Maybe he's going home to Ohio. And here, Seven of Wands, he's defending himself. But will he defend himself in the January 6th committee? I don't know. This is what says it all right here. He's still got Trump under his skin. I would love to see him go down. I don't remember if I read on, you forget, I don't remember if I read on Sarah Palin the other day. Talk about a jerk face. So Trump said that the committee talking to Jared and Ivanka for 8 hours apiece or whatever was harassment. Let's look at Garland. Let's look at Merrick Garland. Is he going to take this ball and run with it? Spirit, can you tell us? Oops. Is Merrick Garland going to... Somebody's texting me. Is Merrick Garland going to take this investigation up? We need to get this done. And I'm going to tell you guys, I hope you're telling everybody and their brother they need to vote. Because we know all the yahoos are going to be out there voting. There are more of us than there are of them. Merrick Garland, that's what we're doing now. He's going to reach his burden, or the burden's going to be over. This is excesses here, too. This is the Apprentice card, but it's reversed. The Ten of Cups is reversed. It's like family troubles, divorce, broken marriage, empty nest. This is the family. This is family love. This is the opposite. This is trouble in the family, crossed by the Eight of Pentacles. So this is repair work. He has a lack of focus. But his basis of the reading is somebody lighting the way. The Hermit. He's trying to go within for clarity. Looking for spiritual truth. Guys, look at these high dollar cards here. We've got the Queen of Pentacles up here. You can't see it. But the Ace of Pentacles, that's a powerful card. The Magician reversed. The Hermit. The Ten of Pentacles. The Tower. All this stuff is... a lot of times this means it's out of the hands of people, and it's in the power of the universe. So I think he's getting wisdom from above, from spiritual sources, is what I mean. His rearview mirror is the tower, and this is probably what he looks at the January 6th insurrection as, when it all came tumbling down. And he's been under a heavy burden, but you know what? That when the Ten of Wands is reversed, that's when he's finally able to put those wands down and take a break and says, hey, I'm going to lighten up. Does that mean he's going to put this case down, or does that mean he comes to this is excesses again. No party there. Does that mean he puts the case down or decides not to do it, or does he come to an end of this investigation and decide to go through with it? Internal struggles, subconscious mind, Seven of Wands reversed. So this is a plan stalling out. You guys, I don't know if he's going to do this or not. This is the ego, the magician. He might feel like he doesn't have a case, that there's nothing that they can bring. It's weakness and indecision here. And the Ace of Pentacles, this is the hand of God coming out of the clouds, offering money. It could be promotion, new income, a new job, a raise. And the final outcome is the Queen of Pentacles reversed. So this is a greedy envy, financial dependence. Now, more than likely what's going to happen is that when I go back and look at this again, because when I'm in the moment, a lot of times I don't see it. And then I go back and look at it. What are you doing, Ruby? I'm like, oh, now I get it. If I do that, I'll tell you. I think that the Ten of Wands is that he's reaching his goal. But the Three of Cups is reversed. And the final outcome is the Queen of Pentacles, which is, greed and envy. These cards aren't good. It doesn't look for me, except for this reversed could just mean putting the burden down, stopping the investigation, not going forward with it, just taking that bundle of 10 wands and just laying them down. God, I don't know. It doesn't look like he's going to go through with it. If that's the case, it's just another Bob Mueller, right? Oh. This is not Benghazi. Benghazi, nothing ever came of that either, because there was nothing to come of it. This is different. This is a whole different deal. Let's read on Sarah Palin. Did I do that already? I can't remember. Sarah Palin. What a goofball. You betcha. God. Now, when John McCain first chose her, I can't believe he did that. I like John McCain. But when John McCain first tapped her as his running mate, I had a couple of friends, a pair of sisters, and they loved her. I'm like, oh my God, you gotta be kidding me. She's like dumber than a stump. I think there are I don't remember if I read on this the other day or not. I don't think I did. But anyway, the person whose seat she's running for died. And now there are, I think, 50 people throwing their hat in the ring. And I think she and Todd got divorced. I don't know what happened to the rest of her trashy family, but Entertainment purposes only. My opinion. I think Palin's got a trashy family. Spirit, can you tell us about Sarah Palin and what is in the future for her? What is in the future? What is in the future for Sarah Palin? What does the future look like for Sarah Palin? Betcha. Oh, I read all the magazines. Oh, I read all of them, she said. The Emperor. She's got endorsed by Trump. See? Yeah, he came to her aid. Knight of Swords. Resting period is beneath her. The victory card's behind her. There's a Two of Cups reversed is the crowning card. Near future is the King of Wands reversed. Ego, the Six of Cups reversed. The Ten of Cups reversed is the ego, the hopes and fears. Oh, she got the Tower. And the final outcome is the Nine of Wands. Okay, so this is Trump, the Emperor, and he's running in to endorse her, okay? Because she's been resting on her laurels, which if she has any laurels, they're probably pine needles, I don't know. And behind her is the victory card. So she has in the past, she knows what it feels like to ride through town, you know, with the wreath and all that kind of stuff. But she's got the Two of Cups as the crowning card, and it's reversed. So this is arguments and it's disinterest. People are not going to be interested in her because it's upside down. It's breakup and separation. These are two people pledging their troth. These are two people making an agreement of some kind. And usually it's an emotional agreement because water, cups, water equals emotion. So, not happening. King of Wands, this is Trump too. A bully, sexual problems, weakness, not yet ready. When the King of Wands is upside down, it's quarrels and opposition, and yeah, that's not good. And her subconscious thoughts is the Six of Cups reversed, and this is living in the past. So again, resting on her laurels, like here, which is in her past. This is not looking back at childhood memories and, you know, or re-meeting with somebody from the past. This way. It's living in the past. Here, same thing we had earlier, Ten of Cups reversed. Not good. Loss of friendship, family quarrels, betrayals, and hopes and fears. Well, her fears are going to come true. She got the Tower. It's, you know, it's all going to come tumbling down on her, and she'll probably end up as a weather girl again. Conflict, catastrophe, disruption, and final outcome, the Nine of Wands. It's persistent. She is persistence. She's got boundaries. She's got injuries. It's obstacles and adversity, delay, and displeasure. She's not going to win that. I mean, I could have told you that without reading the cards, but she ain't going to win. Okay, last detail. Remember, you guys, the other day when I was telling you about the River of Light and that I possibly would be changing my channel name? I'm going to do that. And I'm going to change it to River of Light. And the reason I'm going to do that is because I have an eBay store that goes by Queens Avenue, and it gets confusing with emails and all that kind of stuff. So for a while, it's going to be Queens Avenue, River of Light. And then eventually I'll drop the Queens Avenue off there until everybody catches up with it. But I also want to tell you this at 30 minutes in here. You too have a river of light running down your spine. Okay? We all do. It's just so much fun thinking about it. I just bring it down. Okay, I love you. Hit the like, hit the share, leave me comments, and be back as soon as I can. Thanks.